What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So I'm gonna start this video with Andrew Jacked. So top 5 in the world. That wasn't a bad showing at all. But just because Andrew Jacked, he raised the bar just so damn high at this past Texas Pro. And people were just not only expecting him to win the Miss Olympia title. A whole lot of people actually wanted him to win that Miss Olympia title. But he fell kinda short. And that is why there is a bit of disappointment. Now it is so crazy that when an athlete has just one bad showing, people are just so quick to count them out. I believe he is gonna bounce back stronger than ever. So there is also this controversy in regards to Andrew Jacked, and he just addressed that on his Instagram. So I'm not sure if many of you guys know this, but at the night show, at the finals, when Andrew Jacked came out to perform his posing routine, his music was messed up not once, but multiple times. And he was visibly frustrated on the stage. And I have got to say he had all the right to be. I mean, who was actually in charge of the music department and music coordination? And how did somebody mess this up so many times? And it seemed like that was the reason why Andrew cut short his posing routine and he walked off that stage. And there was this another controversy that Andrew was actually penalized for acting angry on the stage. Well, to all of those people who are saying that, this cannot be more inaccurate. Because the thing is, Andrew Jacked, he actually moved up one spot from the prejudging to the finals. So Hunter Labrada was comfortably beating him by 4 points at the prejudging, and Andrew moved up during the finals, and he came in 5th. So there is no controversy there, especially in terms of where he placed. So Andrew also responded to this idea that he was just too calm, and he has to be more aggressive on the stage, especially in the comparisons, while fighting with all these other guys. So Sean Roden back in the day, he got the same kind of criticism, but Andrew has a unique answer to this one. So the great thing is that the man just confirmed that he will be doing the Arnold Classic 2025. And we all know Andrew always shows up looking on point in all the shows, except for Miss Olympia. So I have got to say, give him just a bit more time guys, and he will regain his hype. And now that Samson Dauda is Miss Olympia, I think Andrew Jacked can be right up there, fighting for that top spot in 2025. So John+Foda was the guy whom I think kinda underperformed at his Olympia debut this year. So he was 14th out of total of 15 guys. And I think he could have been much higher if only he brought the conditioning. So he was aiming for a top 10 finish at his Olympia debut. But the man just missed his mark. So John+Foda also released a statement after this year's Miss Olympia on his overall experience and qualifying for the Olympia itself. And he says even that was a huge accomplishment for him. And this story of Samson Dauda and his rise to the top, that is so inspiring for so many young guys, for so many young and upcoming bodybuilders. So do you guys know back in 2021, when Samson did that show called Q Pro or Egypt Pro, where he actually placed behind Muhammad Shaban and Regan Grimes. So that was also the show where John+Foda made his pro debut and he placed 5th at that show. So this is John+Foda's motivation moving forward for 2025. So it's good that Foda is taking most part of 2025 off. And he needs to do that in order to bring up his back, in order to bring up his overall physique, and maybe do not stay show ready for most part of the year, because this is what he did before jumping into this year's Chicago Pro. And finally he won that show and earned his Olympia qualification. And the thing is, he was ready for weeks on end before jumping into this year's Chicago Pro. So Foda is also another one of those young guys, and the man is very hungry. And the thing is, he did not live up to his own expectations. But he is gonna be back, stronger than ever, whenever he makes a comeback to the stage in 2025. So another one of the IFB pros who also got so much motivated watching Samson Dauda win, his fellow countryman, that is James Hollinghead. And just take a look at this throwback. So this is back from 2020, when both these guys competed against each other at the European Pro, where James won and Samson actually placed 5th. Yes, you guys heard that right. So Samson was 5th and James won that show. So that is why James is extremely motivated after watching all these incredible bodybuilders at this year's Miss Olympia, especially Samson. And now is the time for many of these Olympians to recover, rest up. But James Hollingshead has been on that grind mode, because his last show, that was the Arnold UK. And again he wants to do this upcoming Arnold. And both of them, Ohio as well as UK. And I think you guys already know that this will be one of the greatest Arnold Classic lineups ever. Plus it has been a while since James was up on that stage. So the man is itching to start his diet, but he still has some more growing to do. before he shifted the gears. So as of right now, he is working with Stefan, and this is their first time together. So that is an amazing condition for him to be in, at over 300 pounds. And I cannot wait to see him get shredded with all that new muscle and step back on the stage, hopefully at his 100% this time. I want to take this moment and talk about Manuel, aka Josema Beast. So no shame in admitting that some of us, including myself, we were wrong about him, that he should have stayed in the men's open bodybuilding instead of switching to classic physique, because we just saw at this year's Miss Olympia, Josema Beast is the real deal. Top 6 at his classic physique Olympia debut. What more can you ask for? And just look at the names he was able to beat. Wesley Wizards, Michael the Bull, who are top Olympians. And both of these guys have been all classic champions. So the conditioning this guy is able to achieve, that I think we can all agree is just lights out. Plus that back of his, that is just nuts. Probably one of the best backs in classic at the moment. So I am pretty sure he was the youngest guy in this year's classic physique Olympia lineup. And that kind of density and maturity at such an early age, I think he is just 23 years old. So this is very rare. So Manuel just got 2 pro wins in his rookie year as a classic physique pro. Top 6 at his Miss Olympia debut. Plus we can all admit that he would have pushed his body a lot more in the men's open class. The risk of getting over 270 pounds, that is always there. So maybe classic physique is the right fit for Jose. So with that classic physique Miss Olympia title up for grabs in 2025, as for the very first time, we will not have a defending Olympia champion. Josema Beast has really put himself on the map, and he is gonna be right up there in that first call out. So I think most of us greatly underestimated John Jewett. So our entire focus went towards that top 5 at this year's Olympia, or maybe top 6. But if we take a look at that scorecard, you guys will realize that John could have placed as high as 9th, and that too at his Olympia debut in the men's open, if he just did not fade from the prejudging to the finals. So we have got to give props to John Jewett, because I think he was one of the most perfectly picked guy, if not the most perfect, in this year's men's open lineup. So this, I have to say, has been a perfect transition from the 212 into the men's open class, because not only did he accomplish all of his goals, winning his first pro show, qualifying for the Olympia, he also placed 11th in the world. So John put on quite a lot of muscle, especially in this past 1 year, and all of that was quality muscle mass. So skipping the Olympia 212 last year and utilizing all that time to grow into the men's open class, that turned out to be such a good decision for him. So I am sure next year, John is coming for that top 10. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.